Do you know what a Yeti is?
Yeah, it's a man live in the snow, and I know it's rarely to see him.
Big, hairy man. They say he lives in the forest and the mountains, but nobody knows if it's true or not. It's legend, it's myth, it's story, but no proof. Yeah.
Mythical.
Yeah, the big Yeti. Some people call it the Bigfoot. Some people call it the abominable snowman. Some people call it Sasquatch. There's many names for it. Hey, Mr. Cheese, how are you today?
Okay.
You're okay, huh? How's school going? School is good?
Yes.
Good.
Normal.
Normal.
Yeah.
What grade are you in now?
7.
Grade 7. Okay.
Yeah.
Halfway through. All right. Geez, this is your first test with us. Did you get your outline for the topics and questions and what we're going to be talking about?
Strange story?
Well, that's the lesson we're going to review about the strange stories that we read in lesson 6, I believe it was, talking about the Yetis in the Himalayas and the tiger in England. That's what we're going to do in part 2, reading comprehension. And then the first part is just some basic questions. We're going to talk about animals because we did a lesson on amazing animals around the world. And then the second topic, we're going to talk about street food. The foods you like, foods you'd like to try, and whether you think some of it's healthy or not healthy. Well, we're going to give it a try anyway. Are you ready to do your first Interest 12 speaking test, CEFR 2?
Yes.
All right. No problem. I'm sure you'll do fine. It's not difficult. We're just going to have some chit-chat. Okay, so let's get started then. Part 1, social interaction. The topic 1 is going to be animals because we talked about lots of amazing animals. So the first question is, do you like animals? And tell me why or why not.
I like animal because it is cute and do a lot of housework. I think so because sometimes some people practice it and to do some work like my brother teach my brother dogs to take a paper to him.
Train them to take papers to him. Yeah. Yeah. Any other reasons why dogs are good to have around the house? What else can they do?
Can you say again? My internet has some.
Yeah, got a little laggy there for a second. What else can dogs do for you at your home? What are they good for?
They can protect my house about the thief. They can catch the mouse.
They can catch mice, protect you. They're good security systems.
And play with owl.
And you can play with them too. Yes, dogs can be great friends. That's right. So we talked about many animals around the world in our lesson on amazing animals. What animals do you think are the most amazing?
I think the most amazing is a cat.
Cat.
And it's a cute animal. They catch the mice. All we know, they can. I think so, and they very. They are very
common.
Yeah.
Lots of cats around. Common. Lots of people have them.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean? Okay. Yeah, and they can be cuddly and independent. You don't have to worry too much about taking care of them. No, they're good. I like cats too. I love cats and dogs. Which animal do you think is the most dangerous to humans, to people? Which ones are more dangerous to people?
I don't know. It has spider and snake. I think the spider is more dangerous because it's bigger.
Spiders are bigger than snakes.
No, the snake bigger than spider.
Right. But you think spiders are the most dangerous.
Yeah, because the spider is smaller and they can go to any small cave and we don't know it. And spider have more poison. I think so. It's poison.
Some, not all, but some, yeah. Just like snakes. Some snakes are venomous, poisonous, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Snakes, you got a better chance of seeing it. But with a spider, sometimes they're very good at hiding and you don't even know it's there. Could be hiding behind the broom, and then you grab the broom and he runs up and bites your finger. Yeah, it could be very dangerous. Australia has a lot of dangerous spiders. They say that the black widow, I think it's down in Argentina, like South America. They're very aggressive.
I have heard it.
Heard of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the black widow. I think it has like a red stripe on it or something, but it's black. It's pretty big. But I remember hearing stories about the black widow. They like to live in moist, warm areas, so they often hide in your house behind the refrigerator. And then if you're sweeping,
in Vietnam, we say the spider name is Quả Phụ Đen.
Quả Phụ Đen.
Yeah.
That's the black widow.
It's a name. Quả Phụ Đen is the name of the black widow one.
Oh, okay. But luckily, we don't have black widows in Vietnam.
That's in Chile.
No, I think they're from South America. The story I heard, I'm sure it was from Argentina. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, there's a lot of dangerous spiders, that's for sure. What do you think one of the big animals would be very dangerous to people? What other animal do you think would be very dangerous?
Can be
Can you think of an animal that's bigger than a man that's dangerous to people?
A blank?
Bigger than a man.
I don't think so, but it's sometimes a lion. Some rich people grow it.
Lions would be very dangerous too. That is true. Okay, good job. All right, we're going to go to topic 2. Topic 2, we're going to talk about something yummy. Food. Let's talk about some street food. What type or types of street food do you like to eat?
I like the baked food.
Baked foods. Like what? Give me an example. What's one of your favorites?
Like
remember, street food, yeah? Stuff not in the restaurant, stuff you buy on the street when you go to school or you're walking around. Street food. Yeah, because baked usually means you have to put it in the oven.
Rice paper.
What?
Baked rice paper.
Rice?
You know it?
Rice paper?
Yeah.
The rice wraps? Oh, you mean and they wrap things in it like a spring roll? Like they use the rice and they make like a paper and then you can put food in it and roll it up? No. Is that what you mean? No?
It's about the paper is made by rice.
Yeah. Rice paper. But you just eat the rice paper? Or do you put something in the paper?
Some put in.
Yeah, you put something in it.
Oh. You know Dalat?
Dalat, the place?
Yeah, the place in
Central Vietnam.
In South?
Yeah, no, I know where Dalat is. South
Have a
Vietnam.
lot of it had a lot of baked rice paper. I went to it last year and I ate a lot.
You ate a lot of that.
It's very delicious.
I think that's called like spring rolls. Like you roll it up and there's food inside, maybe shrimp or pork or something and different veggies. Yeah. So what do you
Yeah.
like? But you're in where? Hadzung or you're in Kampha? What city?
Hạ Long. Hạ Long. I'm in Hạ Long.
Oh, you're in Halong. Okay. So in Halong, what's your favorite street food?
In Hạ Long, my favorite food is but in street food, yeah, uh,
English.
it's barbecue.
Barbecue.
Yeah, barbecue.
Okay. So meats and stuff that they grill on a fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love barbecue too.
I
Okay.
have a barbecue shop near my house, and I eat it every day.
Every day. Holy macaroni. You're spoiled. But is that street food or is that a restaurant?
It's a street. It is a shop, but made by it's a shop but handmade.
Hammock.
The shop
Mm.
is made by her. Well, let me see.
Okay, let's move on to the next one.
Uh,
Did you do the lesson with us when we talked about street food around the world, like in Thailand and India and Mexico and all these other countries? Yeah, because you joined the lesson late. Yeah.
I don't know, but but in India, I think so.
Yeah.
I saw it. I saw on top TikTok. Do you know TikTok?
Yep. TikTok. TikTok. Yeah.
It have a street food. It's about the juice with a lot of fruit.
Yeah.
It's about banana, apple, pineapple, a lot of.
So that's what you'd like to try? Because the question is, what types of street food would you like to try? So this is something you'd like to try, some Indian street food?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
They
think
say some.
And they say it tastes very delicious. I don't know, but I want to taste it.
Yeah.
And
go ahead.
it looks delicious.
And it looks delicious. Delicious.
Delicious.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't do that lesson, but we did talk about what did they say here? In Colombia, which in India, you can get some rice dishes and vegetables, and these often served with puri, which is the kind of bread they make with yogurts, and on the streets of Thailand. Yeah, no, they talk a lot about the street food in India, and a lot of people say it's really, really good with lots of herbs and spices. And India has a long history too, so I'm sure they would have some really good food. Okay.
Yeah.
So, of the street foods that you eat, you've talked about some of those spring rolls with the rice paper.
Yeah.
You talked about some of the barbecue that you eat around your home. Do you ever eat some of the street food at school at break time or lunch? Go outside with
my school have a canteen. It sell rice paper, snack, but it's just about it's all about packing food. I think so.
Takeaway food?
Packing.
So pack it up and take it with you? Yeah, takeaway they call that. So do you think street food is healthy for most people?
I don't think so because some street food is not clean, and it's also a baked food like barbecue. it's not good for our health.
So you think barbecue food is not good for our health?
Yeah, because when we bake it, it will have some burn marks.
Oh, the black burn marks.
Yeah.
I have heard, I call it charred, is what they call it, the burnt part. I've heard that some of the char on some of the barbecue food is not good for you, but
Yeah.
I can say that cooking your food on fire is good for you. What's
Yeah.
bad? Yeah, no, a barbecue, if it's done right, and the quality of the food that you're cooked, that's what's important. And is it real good food that you're eating? Number one. But barbecue is not bad for you. What's bad for you is the oils when they deep fry the food. You know, when they deep fry fried chicken and stuff. Like
Yeah.
if you took chicken and you took some breadcrumbs and you mixed it with an egg and flour and you put it on your chicken and you put it in the oven or a barbecue or something, then it would be good for you. But if you just put it in the oil and you cook it in the oil, that's where it can be bad for you. You got to be careful about the oils. And the oils they use on the street is usually very, very cheap, low quality oil. So that can make the food very unhealthy. But sometimes I've seen like some of the food they talked about where they're cutting up meat and they're cutting up vegetables and they have a nice sauce and they put it in a nice homemade bread or a rice paper.
Oh,
that can be healthy for you. Yeah.
it's very healthy. I think so because it have meat, good meat and some vegetable.
Yeah, some nice fresh vegetables. If they're not deep fried, then yeah, it could be really good for you. Okay, good job, buddy. Good job for your first test. So we're gonna go and move on to part 2 now, our reading comprehension. Okay.
It's okay, teacher.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So in one of the lessons, we talked about the strange stories. Yeah, we talked about the Fens Tiger and we talked about the Yetis.
The snow or the man. The white man of the snow.
The white man of the snow. Then some people call it that too. Yeah, there's a lot of names for sure. So I'm going to ask you some questions about that to see how much you remember and how much you understand of that story we reviewed. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So the first question is about the Fens. Is the Fens the name of a city in England?
I don't know, but the Fen is the wet area in east of England.
Mm-hmm.
The east is not really right, but it's a wet area. I think so.
So is it a city?
No, I don't think so.
No, it's not a city. It's farm.
It's an area.
An area with farms and small villages. That's right. So in the story, they talk about William Booker. Who saw the Fen Tiger first? Who saw the Fen Tiger first?
I don't know, but I don't know. The William Rocker wasn't the first person to see it, but he was the first to film it.
That's right.
We don't know the first people see it.
That's right. It doesn't say who saw it first. That's right. But people knew about it before he filmed it. That's right. Good answer. Did Joan Peacock see the Fen Tiger?
Can you say again?
Did Joan Peacock, the woman, did she see the Fen Tiger? Did she see it?
No, she didn't. She just found a footprint.
That's right. Where did she find the footprint? Where did she find a footprint?
In her garden.
That's right. So what did she do? What did she do when she found the footprint?
She photoed it.
Yeah, she took a photograph. Took a photo. Yeah.
Yeah.
What made her think there was something in her garden? Why did she go check the garden in the morning?
Because her dog was barking in the night.
Barking.
Okay. Barking in the night.
That's right.
Barking.
So the
Barking.
dog let her know that something was in the garden that night. So she checked. That's right. Very good. Very good. So let's talk about Eric Shipton now. Who was Eric Shipton? Who was that? Who is he?
Eric Shipton is a climber.
He's a climber.
I think so.
Yeah, no, he did a lot of climbing, but he was also known as something else. Not specifically a climber, but he was a British.
Yes, Sherpa.
He was a Sherpa? No.
Yeah.
Eric Sherpa. And Eric Shipton was a British what?
British explorer.
Explorer, yeah. Remember KS? Explorer. He was an explorer. Yeah.
Explorer.
Yeah. So not just climbing. He did explore climbing, but he probably explored jungles and explored islands and different other things too. That's right. Okay. So the explorer, Eric Shipton. Who was Eric Shipton climbing with when he was in the Himalayan mountains?
The climber and Sherpas with him.
Other climbers and Sherpas. That's right. What's a Sherpa?
It's like a climber, but have a lot of experience.
Experience. Yeah, experience. Like Trevor, a lot of experience teaching English.
Yeah.
That's right.
You are a teacher. You have a lot of experience at teaching.
That's right. I've been teaching English in Asia for almost 20 years.
20 years.
Almost. I moved here.
How old are you?
I'm over 50.
Over 50.
Yeah. I'm middle-aged. Yeah, a lot of experience. But yeah, the Sherpas are the local people that guide people, right? They show them where everything is. They have a lot of experience climbing in the Himalayan mountains. If you went to the Himalayas and you were going to go in the mountains, you wouldn't want to go alone because you'd get lost. You don't know the trails. You don't know where to go. So you'd want a Sherpa to help you.
You fall in. Exactly. You have to have.
Yeah, exactly. So it's much safer to go with the Sherpas. Absolutely. But when they were hiking,
and much funny.
It could be funny, and you'd have lots of stories. Yeah, for sure. More fun to do it with other people. When they were hiking and climbing in the mountains south of Mount Everest, they found something, a footprint. They found footprints. Yeah. How big were the footprints?
They were 33 centimeter long, 20 centimeter wide, and a few centimeter deep.
Yeah, so
the deep is about the Yeti is very have a lot of height. I think so.
Heavy.
It's heavy.
Yeah, heavy. Yeah. So his feet.
Like the dirty. This is the foot.
Yeah, they compress. They push down the footprint. That's right. Just like if you're walking in the mud. So imagine this is 15 centimeters here. All right. So from my coffee cup, 15 centimeters. And then from here to here. So the footprint would be from here to here.
Wow.
That's how long the foot was. So that's like my arm. And it was 20 centimeters wide. So this was 15. So another 5 centimeters. So here to here. That's how wide.
A lot. A lot.
That's very big.
Very big. Very big.
Very big.
I don't know how much the height did the Yeti have.
Well, if his feet are that big, he's probably very tall. I don't know how tall. Where do Yetis normally live? The Sherpas said they know about the Yetis and they know where they live. Where do the Yetis normally live?
Yeti actually live in the snow area. I think so.
In the snow? Are you sure? It's not what the Yetis said. Not what the Sherpas said. What did the Sherpas say?
Sherpas said.
Well, this is 20.
They knew the animal. It actually live in the forest and didn't often come up into the snow.
Exactly. Yeah. If you look at the picture where the footprint is, you can see that lower in the mountains, it's all forest area. But then when you get higher, then the trees stop growing and you have the rocks and the snow, right? So they don't usually go that high. They usually stay in the forest.
Yeah.
Do you know why the trees stop growing before then they don't grow up high in the mountains? Do you know why?
Because it's too cold. I think so.
That's what everybody says. It's too cold. But if it was because it was too cold, we'd have no trees in Canada and no trees in Russia and Siberia.
Yeah.
So it's not about too cold. It's something about the air. Do you know why?
The snow. I think so. I don't know.
It's about the higher you go, there's a line. I don't know what the altitude is, how high, but there's a point where the air starts getting thinner. There's less oxygen in the air. And that's why the climbers have to carry tanks of oxygen, because sometimes they have to breathe in the oxygen to mix with the air so that they're going to be okay, because it's really hard to breathe way up there. So there's not enough CO2 in the air. When
we go higher, it will less oxygen.
Less oxygen in the air, yes. See, air is it's got carbon dioxide in it, oxygen in it, and a few other things. I don't know. I'm not a chemist. But there's the higher you go, less oxygen. And that's why the trees can't grow. And that's why we have to bring oxygen with us, because it gets hard to breathe when you're way up in those mountains because they're so high. Yeah.
Very high.
Absolutely. The highest in the world, those mountains, Himalayas. All right. You did really good for your, excuse me. You did really good for your first test, Cheese. Did you think it was difficult? Pretty easy test, yeah?
I don't know, but it's normal. I think so.
No. Lots of talking. That's what this course is all about, getting you to speak clearly and fluently. But you did very, very well. Very well for your first test.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay, goodbye, Cheese. Have a good night. Good job.